Hello everyone, yes it's me again, it's Emil, and my mission is to impact lives and impart knowledge. So for today, it's actually about the review on my fasting experience for Ramadan. So actually a disclaimer, I would like to say that I didn't actually fast for the whole 1 month. There are some days which I break the fast, and I'll share the reasons why in the later part. So here are my 5 takeaways for the review on fasting. Number 1, fasting versus starving. So fasting is not like starving. So starving is when you run out of nutrients in your body and your body starts to deplete your muscles, and then you'll start to have muscle loss. So this is not starving but fasting. So fasting, basically what we do is that we use the nutrients that are stored in your body through its energy reserves, and then you actually use these storage and the reserves to sustain yourself for the entire day. So it is actually possible, and it's a misconception that fasting equals to starving. No. Number 2, so actually when I started to fast for the first few weeks, naturally I do feel hunger. I feel that growling in the stomach, and yes, there are sometimes it growl quite loudly and I think it's pretty normal. It's a normal phenomenon, and uh, however this only lasts for like the first maybe 1 or 2 days, but after that you will get used to it eventually, and you will start to feel lesser hunger throughout the day. So let's say if it's a one day, roughly around 11, I'll start to feel hungry and it might growl, but after that I let it pass for about 10 to 15 minutes, and the growling will naturally subside, and the hunger will also subside together, and I don't feel as hungry as much compared to at 11 a.m. versus like 3 p.m. in the day. Yeah, so this is one thing that I found very intriguing, and I dig up the science and I just realized that it's actually due to the ghrelin hormone, which is too complicated, but just know that yeah, there's a science behind it. Number 3, so actually fasting, it has changed my perspective on food. Why do I say so is because I think we are actually bombarded by advertisements or by a lot of social media advertisements and stuff like that on food, that we are always hungry, that we always have to get that juicy burger, or we have promotion for KFC. Okay, not sponsored, but yeah, like there's so many promotions here and there, and it makes us feel that we are so hungry, we have to eat more. And during fasting, it made me realize the concept of this food law, that actually you don't have to eat a lot to survive for the day. You just have to eat just right, and within your calorie maintenance, or if you want to maintain the same weight and stuff like that. And also for mood wise, I of course at the start you do feel a bit lethargic because your body is trying to adapt to it, but once like maybe the third day or the fourth day, your mood, your health, and your focus level will actually increase in a sense, whereby since you're not eating, you don't have food coma, so you can focus on things better, and since you don't go to lunch, you are doing something else, you have more time to do stuff. Yeah, so I feel that this is very amazing, and now I look at food very differently. So like instead of saying that wow, um it's lunchtime, I should eat something, it's more of now it's more of like okay, it's lunchtime, am I hungry? Is my body reacting to this hunger? Is it really hungry or is it thirsty? Yeah, so it changes a lot throughout this whole 1 month, and yeah, it's very different. Number 4, so a lot of people always say a common myth again. So a lot of people always say that, Emil, so fasting means you will slim down lah, right? So actually that's not very true, I would say, because there's this thing, in order to slim down, ultimately you have to go through a calorie deficit, which means you have to eat lesser than your output, and eventually over time you will reduce your weight. So is that really true? I don't think so, because what if you have a very heavy breakfast, and then maybe you think that, oh, I skip a meal in the center because I fasting, then in the dinner, then you whack all the ice cream, you whack all the pizza, we whack all the fried chicken. Yeah, in the end, the calorie will not be a deficit, and if there's no deficit, you won't lose weight. So it is very wrong to say that fasting will lead you to a weight loss. Yeah, so in the whole general sense of concept, it still all boils down to calorie deficit. How much calories have you consumed versus how much calorie have you burned in one day, and it's not across one day, and it's across like several days to month. So 1 month only got changed? I don't think so lah, huh? Right. And number 5, not to forget, this is the Ramadan fasting, not just your regular I want to be healthy fasting. So for Ramadan fasting, there's also lots of rules to abide to, like no cursing, no bad intentions, do more good deeds. So definitely this is one of the hard thing that I found to cope with, especially waking up at 5 a.m. to eat breakfast. Yeah, if you can see Instagram, there are some days whereby I woke up with the half woken up face. Yeah, so these are several challenges that I actually faced during the Ramadan fasting. And also the thirst will actually increase throughout. So let's say 5 p.m. 6 p.m. I'll start to feel a bit thirsty, my mouth a bit dry. Yeah, so, and also of course the religious where Ramadan is to pray and then ask for forgiveness and to experience how the other people who do not have such food abundance, how they feel like, how the starvation feels like, and actually for our Muslim friends to give thanks to their God. Yeah, so this is more religious, and it's not just your regular intermittent fasting or yeah, other kind of fasting. Bonus. I also didn't expect there's a bonus, but anyway, so actually I realized that some people just can't fast. Why? Because they feel hungry very easily, or they have gastric issues or anything. So if you want to try this, please consult a doctor, because no liabilities, this one not doctor, this one not guru, please. Okay, so please always consult a doctor if you want to do anything, and please also see your lifestyle habits. Some people, like what I said previously, they might fast then not eat, but then after that later on the next meal they whack more than what they eat normally. So it doesn't make sense. So we have to know that there's this spectrum of people that they just cannot fast, and they have to just try other eating habits to maintain that calorie deficit lor. So these are just some takeaways that I feel, and some of the challenges that I have faced for the past 1 month. Okay, and to answer the question at the very start, so there are actually some days where I didn't fast and I break fast. So actually there are several reasons why, which are also tied to the religious Ramadan fasting. So firstly, there's a day where I didn't fast because I accidentally cut myself on the foot because I played soccer, and then I was actually bleeding. So when someone is bleeding by right, they have broken the fast through that. Yeah, so that is also one way that you break a fast. So that was one instance where I break fast. And then secondly was because I think it's like a miss the timing to actually break the fast, and I thought it was a 5:08 5:38, but it ends up to be 5:36. So that there's this 2 minutes gap, and then I forgot about it, then I consume at 5:08. So even 1 minute short, I in my opinion is breaking a fast. Yeah, so these are several reasons why that I broke a fast. And yeah, so actually I would say that I experienced the whole month, but I didn't fast for the whole month. Yeah, so don't come say I fast whole month. I not that great one. I just experiencing and trying it out. And here are actually my thoughts, and here are actually my challenges that I face. So hopefully if you are great and you feel that this is a good thing to try out, why not try yourself, then come and tell me how you feel like. Okay? Lastly, if you're still here, Thank you very much for listening to me talk for the past few minutes. So I hope that you have gained something from my sharing. And if you feel that this video is very educational and very good, do like, comment, can subscribe. Yeah, maybe subscribe. And then of course share it with your friends so that more people could know about this fasting and the common myths, misconceptions, the challenges that we face during fasting, and some of the mistakes that I made that actually broke my fast. So I think that's all for today. I hope today I impact lives and impart knowledge. I see you in the next video. Bye bye.